Okay, this will be a haphazard review of a map that Avex sent me. It will be like very quick, I hope. There is no camera as well, so much for that. Thanks, Obama. Regarding first the mineral lines, they seem standard. This mineral patch needs to be moved one to the left. I'm sorry. The ramp might be like slightly too far of the main base. This needs to be reset. The mineral line probably needs to be put in the outside with at least one of the mineral gases, or set up the mineral in a horizontal fashion. I'm not very fond of this area. I don't think that it fits well. I fully understand what it's trying to do with this, but the execution, the area, it is not like, it doesn't fit very well. It's like kind of King Cove, the map from Stydian in the Team Liquid in that he submitted to the Team Liquid map contest. It is like very choky, and at the same time, if an army like kills the enemy third and then tries to push and gets to push there, that it is like game over instantly. But I think that it can be like executed the area better, like the entire natural. But I like, for example, the third in there. I like it. The optional third in here, I like it. The fourth might be like slightly too far, but because of the way that everything is set up, I think it works all right. All of this area, like this attack path, I think it works. It might be better with a Salnaga tower somewhere in order to allow the defender to see it better. The strike attack path, I like it actually. The rocks in here, I think they kind of take away a bit from the high ground, but I understand why they did it, so they kind of work. I don't know. I think it is a solid map, but it got like the execution issue in front of the natural, and I think this area could have been like increased slightly. Regarding army flow, like you will try to take your natural, your army will place it here, you will try to take your forward third, maybe Terran will try to do that, a BO Terran with like planetary fortress or something like that, and try to push heavily towards the enemy, like maybe across the high ground, or towards straight towards the natural as a kill move. Without like further heavy analysis, it is not like a god awful map, but I'm not sure if like it is like stupidly strong either. Out of these areas like awkward, like in the natural and close to the third of King Cove, or the of Pandora with the rocks and everything. Like this area, the way that I'm thinking it, the area right in front of the natural is an area that where your army will want to be like parked in there. But because of the way it is set up, it is like the spacing and for example, the little high ground in there, it is set up in such a way that you don't want to have like big concentrations of forces in there, because if you get attacked in your front third, like if anyone takes it anyways, your army will like try to like, it will be like such an awkward like way to try to defend the base. If your opponent tries to take your third, that is like slightly easier to defend, but even then, you can get like, for example, easily trapped by some flanking maneuver, and also, for example, any drop that comes to your main, your army will need to go all the way around choke point, and that is kind of icky. I really like the high grounds, like the way that they are set up in the center of the map. It is kind of match point-esque, and I love match point. This ramp will be like, there are tons of these little details. These ramps could be pushed back some. This ramp, like the way the clipping is done, is like kind of awkward. It could be like improve the spacing all the way, trying to place the ramps better. An attack obviously towards across the high ground towards this base with like siege tanks or anything like that will be like catastrophic, but the map is kind of aggressive, so I think that it is fine. Wow, that is what I get for trying to think. I can't see like any of the so I will assume that that you can't park liberators in here and attack the base. I will give it like some random rank. I will give it like 6.5 out of 10. Somewhere like that. I want to like it, and I kind of do. But the things in the way that the naturals are set up and a couple issues. I'm trying to not trying to find words, but try to express the feelings. So yeah, I like it, but I think that it could be like executed better. The idea, the high grounds, I really like it. I really like them like instantly. The way that they are set up, how they oversee like the central attack path. These rocks, I think that they are like kind of icky, and at the same time they are well positioned. This ramp, I think it might cause trouble, but I'm not yet entirely sure. This ramp might be like slightly too big for its purpose, because any army that will try to attack towards the enemy fort, for example, this ramp makes it very easy for any army to traverse towards that position. For example, imagine overgrowth and towards the flip. Let's flip this map. So here we have overgrowth. Your fort in overgrowth is like very pocket-esque, and the pathway that leads to it is also like very choked up, and it can be overseen from the high ground that is in front of your third. And in this map, that doesn't really happen. Your unit can't reach towards the area, making it like easy for an entire army to just slip by and destroy your base. And because of the amount of spacing that there is, it makes it relatively easy for a big army to like actually do that and get like and escape away or try to wreak havoc in like advancing towards the high ground, something like that. Could it be like blocked with rock? Yeah, it could be done, but I think that it's something that could be fixed with the terrain itself. So yeah, I think that is it. It is very rambly, and I hope that. Also, this placement geyser needs to be placed here, I think, in order to allow for at least three geysers to be like visible from by the overlords and stuff, to be more easily scoutable. It is also a very like nice take on the Taramesa map from etc. It is a very pretty like tile set. The mineral line, I think it is kind of problematic there. That needs to be moved, as I said in the start of the video. Ovipod. Well, that, yeah, no, I'm like going more into detail. I think that is basically it. I hope that is kind of useful, and hope that not many people get mad at me because I did this review on this random map from Avex instead of of publishing the rest of the other maps of the generic map contest. But yeah, see you guys.